What is going on, true believers? Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope that your turkey's in and that you are ready to get crazy, get crypto fanned, faded, whatever it is that you do, and have a great day. But until then, let's talk a little bit about crypto, and we're going to keep this one brief and short, just like your mom. And let's see how the day goes, okay? But number one, the biggest news out of all this is XRP is going to win their lawsuit versus the SEC. And folks, I can't even tell you how incredible this one is. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. The ruling right now is being expedited. Not only is it being expedited, how the important part is Gary Gensler has no path forward. The only thing that, and by the way, this is why this is probably happening right now, because of the change in administration, because of the clear change in the way this administration, this incoming administration, is going to look at cryptocurrency. There is no path forward for the lawsuit. So, January 21st, everything changes at the SEC. With that being the case, there's no path forward for the SEC, which means that by default, and by the way, when I say this, I shouldn't say that XRP or Ripple are actually going to win. They are still subject to a fine and penalty of $125 million. But they've already put that into a wallet and it's ready to go. We did this months and months and months ago. They set it up into a trust account, and now the only thing left is to actually make the transaction and pay the fine. So the money's already been taken out. XRP is clear. This is about to get crazy. And I think that this decision probably will kick off the altcoin season if we get it the way I think. So again, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. And remember the most important part. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
Okay, so the deal is that Stu Alderodi yesterday, and he's the chief legal officer over at XRP, he starts talking just mad stuff about how they're going to look, the SEC has no case, et cetera, et cetera. Been pointing this out for a long period of time, but yesterday seems to be really, really happy, right? Well, today we finally got the reason why he's so happy. XRP has won a motion to expedite judgment. In a major development in the Ripple Labs litigation, the court has granted an order to speed up judgment in the case. The order came in response to a motion to amend an earlier decision by a judge on judgment and stay in the long-running case. The court has granted the motion to amend the order pertaining to judgment and stay in the XRP lawsuit. As per the latest California District Court filing, both parties submitted a proposed order to the court agreeing that there was no reason to delay judgment as class claims were resolved. Plaintiff requested the court to make an express finding of an amended judgment to avoid any uncertainty about the finality of the judgment. However, a claim for relief against Ripple and other defendants remains stayed until the final resolution. Within 30 days after final resolution of the appeal of the class claims, the parties shall file a joint motion. In addition, Ripple filed a bill of cost, a declaration of litigation director Anna Guadardo, and 65 exhibits, documents on details of litigation costs, lawyer expenses, and other details leading to the court order. So, as reported by CoinGate, Judge Phyllis Hamilton granted a joint request by both parties to proceed for final judgment and a stay on the plaintiff's class claim. The court affirms that the judgment in favor of Ripple Labs, XRP2, and CEO Brad Garlinghouse. The court also recommended the parties to consider an alternative resolution to the ongoing dispute related to an individual claim. The trial date is set for January 21, dismissing attendant. The class action lawsuit approaches the end as the plaintiff's primary concerns were mostly related to loss in XRP. However, the latest 200% rally in XRP price to a year-to-date high of $1.62 seems to have faded most concerns. So, again, you don't have disgorgement. You don't have anything for the SEC. So it is very, very soon that we're going to get a dismissal of the XRP lawsuit. By the way, this is the class action lawsuit that came out of the price being dunked on because of the SEC lawsuit. So this will wipe out one portion of it. And if nobody's out any money, there's no disgorgement. So if there's no disgorgement, there's no reason for the SEC to look for more than 125 million. The whole problem has been solved by the markets, by the way. So this is going to be one of those moments where Gary Gensler, egg on his face, is going to have to just end this thing. And if he doesn't, then somebody else will immediately file an appeal to vacate. And XRP will pay the penalty of 125 million, and then we will finally move on. Now, ex-CFTC chair Chris Giancarlo, in the running to become the first crypto czar, says crypto a considerable priority for Donald Trump. Crypto dad Chris Giancarlo is a serious contender to become the first ever U.S. crypto czar, a new position President-elect Donald Trump says the SEC is considering implementing. The former CFTC chair says the SEC's inability to create a clear crypto policy has dramatically set back industry developments. Now, the former public servant, who is known as Crypto Dad, due to his work in advancing clear regulations during his 2-year tenure, including paving the way for Bitcoin futures to trade on U.S. exchanges, told the block in an interview on Wednesday that he's already turned down positions running the CFTC and the SEC. Trump's been very specific in laying out a series of initiatives to make the United States the crypto capital of the world. This includes creating a strategic reserve of Bitcoin, to creating a crypto council, to guaranteeing people's ability to have self-hosted wallets. In other areas, he's talked about a capital gains exemption for gains on U.S. domestic cryptos. He's talking about ending the debanking of crypto, sometimes called choke point 2.0, and the passage of new rules and regulations out of the CFTC and the SEC, as well as the end of stablecoin legislation. So there is a path forward, finally, that we're hearing and seeing specifically related to cryptocurrency. All of the people that you've been watching, all of the videos, all of the Brad Garlinghouse was deplatformed. Charles Hoskinson was deplatformed from their banks. These guys have had trouble finding banks to do business with personally because of their involvement with cryptocurrency, because of these problems. This Operation Choke Point 2.0 was a real thing, and it was being used by the SEC as basically a machine gun to keep going after the heads of crypto to try to stifle this innovation. As candidates go, they're not always very specific, but I think Trump is very remarkably specific about what he would do with cryptocurrency. The amount of contributions the crypto industry contributed this cycle is quite remarkable and probably dispositive in a number of races. The fact that contributors like Fairshake have dry powder left over could contribute to the next cycle and will result in responsive policy. So looking forward to seeing somebody like this as a crypto czar, as somebody who's helping to oversee what's going on in all of these spaces regarding, and look, oversight by the CFTC, probably, I want to say this, in the CFTC and the SEC, they've had something of a cantankerous sort of relationship back and forth about whether or not they are the governing body and legislation and whatever. So it would be very, very interesting to see something just become, let's call it different, that there would be a clear sort of regulation a clear sort of framework that's out there that would allow for maybe the CFTC to advise the SEC rather than fight with the SEC about what the next step is in crypto regulation. That would be an incredible change in the way things are done. And by the way, speaking of incredible changes, we're going to talk right now about something that's near and dear to everybody's heart, and that is CryptoQuant CEO analyzes the reasons behind the altcoin. Now, what is the altcoin season? Well, listen, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go through this, and we're gonna talk about this. Altcoin season delayed as Bitcoin dominates with institutional demand driven by ETFs. Selective alt season emerges with Solana and meme coins gaining traction. Most alts struggle due to retail liquidity gaps. So, Ki Young Ju, that cannot be his name. Ki Young Ju, CEO of CryptoQuant, argues that the current Bitcoin rally differs from previous cycles. In a detailed thread on X, he explained that the nature of capital flowing into Bitcoin has shifted. Institutional investors in spot ETFs are Bitcoin growth rather than retail traders on crypto exchanges. He emphasized that these players operate outside of crypto exchanges, making asset rotation less feasible. Moreover, smaller altcoins depend heavily on exchange users for liquidity, which has been lacking in this cycle. So far, everything is true. CryptoQuant CEO suggested that fresh capital must flow into exchanges for altcoins to achieve new all-time highs, a trend not yet evident. While institutional funds might venture into major altcoins, minor ones remain reliant on retail traders. Ki Young Ju concluded that altcoins need independent strategies to attract fresh capital. I feel like I'm being punked every time I see this guy's name. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Rather than riding Bitcoin's momentum, despite this cautious outlook, he remains optimistic. Altcoin season will come, but it'll be selective. Not every altcoin will hit its previous all-time high. This is very, very true and very, very important. And we've said that before. And listen, he's not revealing anything that you didn't already know. 87% of, and by the way, I'm making that number up in my brain right now because I heard it somewhere and it stuck with me. I don't know that it's actually true. But 87% of cryptos that had a pump during a all-time high altcoin season do not hit their all-time high again. So it doesn't mean that they don't rally up, doesn't mean that they don't run up, but not all of them are built to succeed. Sometimes you look at it and you say, well, you know, this thing's been around 10 years. It's just not going to do anything. And the people leading it are, you know what I mean? So it stands for believes. It stands for believes. Bitcoin for believes. Believe in Bitcoin. There you go. So the idea here is that there is an altcoin season, but it's going to look a little bit different. When you guys talk to me, we talk about very faith in, you know, for example, do I believe Bitcoin's going to run? Obviously, it's going to run. Do I believe that Ethereum is going to run? Obviously, it's going to run. Do I believe that Solana? Obviously, it's going to run. However, now let's pump the brakes because Aave, look, I just don't see Aave getting back into the realm and the range of some of these previous tops over here. Like it's going to get close there, but I could see it just come up here into the 400 range and never go any higher. Cardano, because of with the Trump administration, the potential that Charles Hoskinson might have weaseled his way into some administrative role, that could lead to a pump of $3 to $5 for Cardano and make Cardano look like a brand. However, let's go back here and let's look at, let's say, Aptos. So Aptos was not around then. Duh, dumb. Band protocol. Here we go. Band protocol. I mean, what are the odds? What are the odds that band protocol, which is not broken out at all, is going to go up to $24? That's a lot of capital that it would take in order to get there. BNB's already hit its all-time high. But as we go down, Crow, what are the odds that Crow is going to come up here and hit $1? Now, I would like to think that the answer to that is definitely, because it was launched in the late part of 2021. I don't think it really experienced its bull run. However, using this logic, there's an 87% chance it never gets back to this all-time high. See what I'm saying? Like, it's not broken really. I mean, it broke out the last couple of days. But before that, there'd really been no real thirst for Crow. And Crypto.com seems like a no-brainer when you look at it from a certain context. But here we are with the maximum in this rally, like 22, 23 cents. We got a long way to go. And I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know whether it will actually do that. Polkadot here. Polkadot was way up here, 55, currently trading at around $8.17. Like, I think that Polkadot, an old layer zero, is going to be the one unites the families and brings it all together. It might be too old of a technology, and they may have missed because it may not have a shot anymore. And as you go down and as you find new ones, Filecoin, look how far Filecoin is away from its all-time high. It's trading at $5.63. It was trading at $237. Okay? $237. Not sure what happened there. I know that Crow is going to pump. I know that will pump. Not the point. The point to will it go back to an all-time high? That's the real question. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have no idea whether it will. But I don't think a lot of these just will not. I like the Crow roadmap for 2025. I like the fact that they're leaning into banking. I like the fact that they're leading into corporate. I think that all of these things and stockbroking, I think all of these things are going to make it as a product, but I don't know for sure. Like, I have no idea whether or not this plays out the way that I hope. So there's a lot of variables still out here. Phantom was at what, $5 in the previous top, almost $4. Will it make it back there? It's at 99 cents today. I mean, it could 2 or 3x, and it feels like it should, but I don't know. The graph, will the graph break out? It's at 25 cents right now, and it was at 285. It has to 10x to get back up there, but it's providing the data already. Is the revenue stream going to be such and the excitement going to be such that it 10x's from? Doesn't seem likely, especially when you consider over here, when you start to come down here and you start to look at the market caps, some of these things are just priced in. Like, when you look at them, I mean, how much further is it going to go? And that's a fair question to ask, because there's a lot of different projects out here with some really big market caps, like Sui. Sui's got a $10 billion market cap right now. How much higher does it go? You know what I mean? So you've got to at least consider that a lot of these things will just never reach these all-time highs again. So it is a matter of luck. Derek says, so you're saying that Lunk is not going to pump? No, but I'm saying there is a chance that it doesn't go back to its all-time high. And its all-time high is $119. So Derek, with apologies, I don't think that Luna Classic is going to make it to $119. But every single one of these is going to get a pump. It's the number of X's at the end of that pump that matters. So that's what we're looking for, and that's what we want to see. So if Luna Classic went 1,000 from where it is right now, it would be $1. It would have to go 100,000x to get to one of those levels. It's just no way. So doesn't mean they're not going to pump. Doesn't mean that all of these are going to have some kind of positive price action. Will they get back to where you bought when you got the top over here? I don't think so. A lot of these will just statistically will not. So altcoin season. And by the way, the point to this, before I got sidetracked on this bullshit, the point to this was, let's look at total 3, because total 3 is the market for altcoins. And let's look at where we are right now. We're near the top of this market, by the way. We're near the top, okay? But here is the piece right here. This is what happened in 2020. In 2020, from the election, right here, from the election of 2020 to the top of this market, the number was right there, 1,150%, which means that the average pump for all altcoin from now until next year is 11x. So if you have something $5,000, on average, that would be $55,000. If you have 100,000, then that would be 1.15 million. That's the average of that last pump. So the question is really, are you going to hold long enough to realize an average gain of 11x? And will an average gain of 11x happen again? And I think the answer to that is probably not. I think there would be a base curve on this, but I do think that it's actually going to be like 9x. So I think from the election, which the election was right here, if we were to get up here into a 9x, that's close to a 6 trillion market cap. 6 trillion just for altcoins. So, I mean, the possibility is certainly there, but that's a lot. We should be able to agree that that's a lot. Now, in the event that crypto goes to a $10 trillion market cap, in the event that I'm wrong on my little basal curve here that says that we're probably due to hit up in here in the 6 to 7 trillion region, if that is the case, then there would be a diminishing return, and you'd be looking at maybe a 6x or a 5x for that pump at the top. So may not even be as big as all of that. You know what I mean? So, you're going to have to find a couple of really, really good projects, ride those couple of really, really good projects up there. And then once you're rich, then change the way that you're investing for that. By the way, we're starting to get that. We're starting to get that Thanksgiving dump. I set a long order for 88,000 on KCEX. So if you want to trade on KCEX, go ahead. CoinW down here is my preferred sponsor. By the way, I gave you the links. CoinW is down here in the description below. Sign up there, man. It helps me out. So anyway, this is what happened when that happened, right? So, but again, this is the altcoin season. Now, here's what I want to point out, which is why I think Crypto Quant doesn't know what the fuck it's talking about, despite the fact that he's some key young Jew. This is right after in 2020. So the election was held right here. This is Thanksgiving right here. Okay, we had a huge dump, and then what happened for the rest of the year? Everything went sideways. Okay. So let's now zoom out and let's say, well, does the market for the year, for the election year, does the market of 2020, starting right about here, look anything like the market at the election, which was 156? If we go from the top, let's just go from let's just say that this was the start. No, that's not it. The start was right there. Okay, so right there to the top was, what was that? 183%. Okay, so from the end of there, 2020 to the highest spot before the election was 183% for total 3. Now, what did we get this year? All right, so now let's look at where we are in that context, because that's important. So where were we? Right here. Okay, so we were right here. And the top before the election, $76%. So maybe your 11x is only going to be about a 6 or a 7x at best. You know what I mean? That's, you know what I mean? That's what it looks like. So anyway, there's now right now, by the way, if we I think if we go back over here, it's going to get even bigger in terms of the amount of pump. But you know, when we look at it from the bottom over here, October 23, instead of, you know, if we just kind of say that maybe this has just moved a little bit, and we look at it from this context, we're up 214% from the low in October of 2023 all the way up here. And if we come back over here and we look at the year before, did we see the same sort of rise, and what did it end up looking like if we were to look at it from that context? October 19. Yeah, see, so October 19 for this period of time that we're looking at right here was actually right in this range. We didn't get the pump that we were looking for during that time. So you know, this stuff rhymes. From that area, it's only 164% pump. So it's just, it's not an exact science. It's just moving in the same pattern, if you will. So, guys, I think we're going to have a breakout. I mean, you know, again, this is, we're going to have an enormous move. Now, enormous moves, by the way, fear and greed index sitting at 77. So, you know, it's clear at this point that we're sitting in the bull run. Like, we are here. 24-hour volume, Solana still number one, but look at Ethereum. Ethereum at 3.2 billion, base at 2 billion. So there's a lot. There's a lot going on out here. As far as liquidation levels, I mean, you know, look, it's going to be a toss up. Most specifically, here's what I'd be looking for on the 1 month. I'd be looking for a move at least down into 88, maybe even grabbing this 87 level. So in the event that there is a potential here, you have to look at where the liquidity is. There's liquidity up here above 100,000. We haven't hit 100,000 yet. And then there's a bunch of it down here as well. And this market likes to sweep liquidity. So it should come down into this range, and then it should rip up to 100,000. That's the way the market usually goes. So that's the way it should go this time. So I don't know if it will or not, but it should. As far as Bitcoin flows, yesterday we had a positive inflow of 100 million. For the Ethereum ETF, we had another big day, 90 million in inflows. We're now up 243. So guys, just want to tell you, the Ethereum pump is about to happen. The Ethereum pump is coming. Okay. Now, back over here, I don't know that we're going to get whatever pumps are on the trend. I have no idea. Today I thought would be a huge dump, and it still probably could be. As the day progresses, you're seeing a lot of red in the market and a lot of people sucking money out of projects, and that usually means that you're going to see a big dump coming. Trump is down 10% today. Myro's down 6%. So you're seeing meme coins, the smart money is jumping to the sidelines right now. By the way, Trademaster Ninja high IQ indicator over here. Look at this pump that it just had. Now, by the way, my tokens, I had 100,000 of these. They were stolen in that last hack. So I have no skin in this game, but I still have the high IQ account. I asked them if they would replace it because they gave me like a one-time disbursement in January of this year. And I was like, you know, it's 3,500. I mean, can you hook a brother up? You know what I mean? And they were like, no, we can't. We don't have any extra tokens or anything like that. Maybe we'll do it in the future or something like that. But right now trading at 2.79 cents. So had a nice little breakout over the last bunch of days. Going from a low over here in November of 1.5 all the way up to 278. So that's a 90% increase. So shout out to Trademaster for making something happen. And by the way, remember I gave you Speedy not that long ago. Speedy is starting to break out. Speedy broke out quite a bit overnight to 14, 15, like 1.5 cents or something like that. So it was breaking out really nice. I think that's the reversal we've been looking for Speedy. And if that is the reversal, then all that does is just change this. Moves all this stuff like over here just a little bit. It still ends up at about 5 cent range. So I think Speedy going to have a nice little breakout. To the meme coins right now, if you haven't already, MSI token. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Token is about to absolutely moon. We're going to use the MSI token.com to start looking at the patterns and see what's going to happen. And I'm going to use this as an opportunity for you guys. If you are looking for fib retracement and you want to know how a fib tool works, we're actually going to drop it right now. It's hot, or whatever the fuck that dude says. Sings with the big nose and he looks like a Doberman, whatever his name is. Snot Daddy, Snoop, Snarf, whatever his name is. Okay, you guys know. All right, so here's what I would anticipate if we're looking at this from a standard fib retracement. Then let's pop this right here. And we want to change a few settings here because it annoys the shit out of me. The 0 line is going to be gray. The white, the 1 line is going to be gray as well. And then the 236, we're going to make that green. Then the 382 is going to be green. And then in the 0.5 is going to be yellow. And then the 0.618 is going to be yellow. And then we're going to make the 786 purple. Why are we going to make it purple? Because we like purple naturally. All right. And now for everything else, we're just going to make that green as well. All right. So bang. Now, the reason for this is because it helps me in my brain. All right. So now this is where I'm looking, okay? In between these two yellow lines right here is where I think the price action will ultimately go. So we zoom this out just a little bit. We take this out to the side over here, and we look at where we are. This was the top of the range. This was the bottom of the range. We came back up for a test at the 236. And then we tried to bounce to the 382, but got rejected. Now, I think that on September 30th, the market started to dump, and that was the last time we got that bearish sort of market pushing it down, and we just haven't seen meme coins spring to life again. We've seen large cap meme coins spring to life, but not low cap spring to life. So what I'm looking for now is on a fib retracement here. I'm looking for a reversal back up here for another test. Then I'm looking for it to break above, and then I'm looking for it to break above, and then I'm looking for it to break above into this range. Then it should come back down here, and then it should come back up here and into this range, and it should accelerate right here and then break out into this range right here. So that's what ultimately I think it's going to look like. Now, I don't know. Anytime you do, I'm guessing. I'm guessing about what's going to happen. So if you are looking for a good play, I do think that MSI is going to be that good play. Now, by the way, when I say that, let me also point something out. Market cap wise, consider how much money there is. When you look at the market cap on it, the top market cap up here, 22.87 million. So it's already been to 22.87 million, which means that it can get back there in a heartbeat. This is the kind of market where when liquidity, and there's good liquidity in it, when there's good liquidity, then, money will rotate its way back around. And when it rotates its way back around, then the next one after the 20 million pump, and by the way, if you go back and you look at all of these, if you go back and look, then the next move is usually into this 90,000 market cap. And by the way, I just want to point out here that if I'm doing this, right, and I'm just projecting, by the way, I'm not saying, I'm just projecting, but this is where the big move comes and up into, and it usually is a fight to get over 100, right? So what you see a lot of activity between 80 and 100. Like, can you get to 100 million market cap? Because there's a lot of sell-off in that range, right? So I would suspect that we're about to see something like that happen. Again, if you look out here, the way it's stretching out to get into that range, it's in January. So I think January is when things start to break out. So what I should have said is it's going to do this, and then that's when it starts to make that move, in my opinion. I don't know that to be the case or not. But what I do know is if you are looking for another coin that just doesn't seem to stop, that's going to be CC coin. As you know, I'm a liquidity provider for this. So I'm earning yield. I'm earning Gummy. I'm earning Sato. I'm earning MG. I'm earning some Bonk every day. I'm earning some Solana every day from the trade volume that's happening over here. Now, you saw the breakout. We saw time high just on November 12th, not that long ago, 2 weeks ago. But we saw a consolidation, and the consolidation is in the range. And if you're looking for the ultimate in good news right here, you see all these tops right there. There's just kind of a plateau right there at 1600. And it looks like we just used it for a back test, bounce back up, used it for a back test again, bounce back up. Remember what I told you. If you're looking for, again, standard fib retracement, and you look at it from this context and you look at it from this direction right here, then the same thing applies going in the opposite direction. And now it's time to add on. Now, if you're like me and you're looking to make some changes here to your tool, take your fib retracement tool, and now you want that golden ratio. That golden ratio is minus 1.618. Now, it doesn't matter which direction. It's either 1618 or it just means 161.8%. And what we didn't mean to do is we didn't mean to make that yellow. We want to make that green. There we go. All right. So what I'm looking for now would be a breakout after this. And what I told you guys and what I continue to tell you is your impulse move. Your impulse move is this right here. Your impulse move is from 0 to 1. And then it comes back down into the golden zone. And then it tests the 236 optimally, which it did over here. And then it comes back into the golden zone. And then what do I tell you after that? That's when the breakout happens, where it's coming back up into that 2 range. That's the way the charts have been playing out. Now, if that's the case and it successfully retests, then the question is, where is the next move and where does the next move go to? And the answer to that is it goes to the golden zone. So that golden zone is going to be 35.50 for CC coin. So if you don't have any right now, you might want to be able, you might want to buy just a little bit of CC coin, because it is probably going to have that big breakout move like what I just gave you right there. I don't know that that will or will not be the case. So I can't tell you whether it will or not. Now, the things that I'm earning, by the way, by providing liquidity, I'm earning some Sato, which is this one right here, which is the mother of Doge and Nero. And you can see this same thing over here, by the way. When you look at when you look at this from that context right there, you go to the bottom. It's going to have a big spike up here, and it looks like it looks like about a 10x on Sato to get back into its previous range. It's trading at a 1 million market cap right now. Sato had a high of 50 million market cap. And then it had another spike up here to 20 million market cap. So it probably will have another spike, just by the way, from where it is right now. If you just consider, it did kind of break down over here and then it went sideways. So it's probably due for a breakout, and that breakout's probably going to be about 10 million market cap, right? And I'm just going to call it right now, right there. 10 million market cap. So this is probably an easy 10x on Sato when the market says it's time. Probably get an easy 10x on Sato. Also, LFGO, which is let's fucking go. This one, kind of same thing. You know what I mean? Like the same thing is kind of playing out here. So this big move over here. Then you have this dump down into this range right here, and you're down here on the bottom. And look, you didn't even get, like, you wanted like this maximum sort of play out, and what you got was this absolutely bonkers sort of spike here. So yeah, it didn't play out exactly how you wanted, but when you look at the market cap on it, here's the market cap, 2 million market cap, but it had spiked up to a 35 million market cap originally. Now, back to the price. When you check that out, what you're looking at next is if it gets a successful move. And by the way, again, I do think this stretches out into January before all these things really start to rip. But just move this out a little bit more. Take this down here. You come into January, and then all of a sudden you're testing your golden ratio again. And it would be, like a test here, and then maybe a breakout here, and then boom, a move into this range right here. Well, from that range right there, you're talking about a 10x. Okay. So LFGO, probably an easy 10x from here. If it goes into the 786 level, that's about a 3x. And then if it actually breaks out and tests its all-time high and then goes into its golden zone right there, it's about a 6x from where it is right now. So, all of these have a potential for an absolute breakout moment. So, but by the way, if you want, sign up at Ticker Trending today. Go to tickertrending.com, set yourself up a favorites list. And then if you do, in the comment section, go ahead and leave what your list is. Let me see who it is that you're following. Here's my dashboard. You can see who I'm following right now. Here's my watch list. I'm following MSI, I'm following Speedy, Ethereum, Bitcoin, LFGO, CC Coin, and Sato. So if you're wondering the ones that I'm following, I'm curious which ones you're following. Anybody who's following Epstein? You know what I mean? All right, so down to 31 billion. So the market kind of fluctuating a little bit. But the big news for me, by the way, is DevE has started its big time reversal. So come down here, and there is, by the way, a voice chat in Telegram, which was an Ask Austin Anything. It's 51 minutes long. I would encourage you to download it and listen to it. I was going to post a transcript of it, but it's a lot. So go listen to it for sure. But look, you can't be anything but bullish. And as you can see right now, here's what I like to see right now is that we're testing this range. And as we're testing this range right here, yesterday we came all the way up to the top. Today we did the same thing in a quick little run up. That means that we're testing. And when we test right here, then the rally is on. That's what we're doing. So hopefully we're going to get a nice big test on the rally. So if you haven't already, make sure you got some DevE, because guys, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the one, in my opinion, and I'm not a financial advisor, but in my opinion, this is going to be the one that's going to make you say, do you remember when Bleaves was talking about this at 10 million market cap? And now, like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, this is the one for me. So, let me also talk about a brand new, and look, I'm going to get you guys into this. This is on you. Okay. BIBU, BIBU token. This is a bit bull, not a pit bull. It's a bit bull. BIBU, Bibble. All right. So, following 1,209 followers. Here is the price action right now. It's up 60% on the day. However, this is a micro cap. Look at this. Launched, then it dumped originally, and now it's starting to find its legs just a little bit. Now, here is the point. The point is, it came from Pump.Fund, only has an 80,000 market cap, and it has $50,000 in liquidity, and it's locked and burned. Now, if that is the case, and by the way, they took the time, like unlike some of these other ones, to have their own website. And I mean, they're having fun with it, right? I mean, it's just that, we're just having a little bit of fun. Community driven, 1 billion supply, no reminting, 150 to 200 million tokens to be burned for deflationary boost after 500 SOL market cap goal reached. And then no pre-sale, no seed investors, no insiders. This is a fair launch. Tells you exactly where you can get it. B-Bull, B-Boo, B-Boo, Pitbull, Bitbull is the next one, right? So look, all you need, by the way, here's where we are, right? They've done their socials, and a couple of people that are involved in this are actually some people who've done this for a little bit. So they're trying to just quietly launch this thing and get it to break out. Now, here's the thing. Again, this is 80,000 market cap. If you put $100 in right now, if you put And it's for sure going to pump back up here, right? 2x from where it is right now. But if you put in $100 right now and it goes to 1 million market cap, that's $1,100, $1,200. Okay. It's just that easy. All you have to do is have a little patience with it and let this thing explode. So I'm going to put by the way, we're going to put, there you go. So that's in the chat right now. So if you are looking to get in on this one, you're gonna be in with me. I got $100 in it too, just to see what happens, because I get a feeling that it's gonna have a break. And look, it doesn't have to go very far. That's the important thing, right? The important thing is it doesn't have to go very far. It just has to go for a little while. If it goes to a 10 million market cap, that's 100x from where you are right now. All it takes, 10 million market cap, is a 100x from where you are right now. 100x times 100 is 10,000. Okay. That's all I'm saying here. Okay. That's all I'm saying is this is one of them that's going to break out. We're going to be talking about it a lot over the next couple of days, because I do think that it's going to take off. Okay. Also up, Speedy. Speedy is breaking out pretty good so far. Not back to the all-time high again, not yet. This got a double top. And guys, when it has a double top, I'm telling you, normally when you get something like that, that means that this has got a narrative. And when it's got a narrative, then the next move is going to be a big one. So if you haven't already, certainly go check out some Speedy, because I do think that that's got another leg up. Also, I'm giving you this one. I'm giving you this one. Tima, I gave it to you yesterday. I told you yesterday it's up 40% today. 1762. Now, actually, I gave it to you about 3 days ago. I think I did a video or something, but I was talking about it over here at 209. It's at or at 309. Today it's at 1761. I think it's just getting started. I just showed you a bunch of them that went to 20 million and 30 and 50 million market cap. I think this one's going to do it too. Tima, if you didn't know, Tima is the raccoon that was the buddy of Peanut, exploded to like 1 billion market cap. Well, Tima was their raccoon. So that's why this is. And I'm told, I don't know this to be the case, but I'm told that somebody really important is the person that is running this project. And I don't have a name for you. This was just third-party conjecture, but it was from a trusted source that expect this thing to rip. Expect this thing to have a really, really nice run. And here's the thing. If you look around and you start looking at some of these, this has been out for what, 3, 6, 9, 10 days, right? I'm up 2x on it right now. But it's been up for 10 days. And look at Speedy, has 4.6K holders. Speedy is gaining new holders and stuff like that. Tima, same thing, 1.6K holders in 10 days. So what happens when the holders 3 and 4 and 5x? Then, just from here right now to get to the previous Speedy level, that Speedy level right now is 11 million market cap, with a top market cap over here of 45 million. So I would get an idea here that this thing could probably just absolutely take off, right? I think Tima is going to be, and by the way, they've got a listing today on Ascendex. So I would certainly check out Tima. Tars AI is up 9%. Rest of it, Cheddar down right now, just under 1 million market cap. But again, this is a mouse meme, and I got to tell you, mouse memes are going to do something just because they haven't so far. There's a few of them. There's going to be some Tom and Jerry's and shit like that. And this thing is going to, because it always has 1, 2, 3 times now, it run up to the top of this range. It's sitting at the bottom of the range right now. It's going to spike again. By the way, 5,000 holders, has more holders than Speedy right now. And when you look at it from a market cap perspective as well, you've seen it go up to 6 million market cap twice. Then you saw it go up to an 8 million market cap. So it's continuing to surge and attract new investors to come in. So I would suspect that you're probably going to see something big happen over there as well. So there we go. That's it. We made it. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. As far as the market goes, look, I really feel like this is the dump day. So I've got a long set on Bitcoin at 88,000. Hopefully it gets triggered. It was 25x, but I pulled out and went to 20x to give myself a little bit more range because I wasn't convinced that I was going to be right at 88,000. 25x leverage seemed like a lot. If it went to 86,000, I get liquidated, or 85.5, something like that. And I'm not sure. So I lowered it to 20, which gives me a little bit more range. And I'm going to set myself a stop loss sort of buy at 86,000 for another, the same amount, to see, what happens here. If we get fortunate enough to get to that range, that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be doing it at CoinW over here. And KCEX down over here. So, there we go. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope you have a good day. We do have Luna Classic coming out a little bit later today. Pepe Meme Killer video I just launched at 8:30 today. You should certainly buy a little bit of the Pepe Meme Killer, just in case that thing rips. Again, I think they're trying to time it with the market so that it rips at the right time. And if you're in a token at the right time, when it really starts to rip, then your life could change. All you have to do is grab your bag and hold on for dear life. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, have a happy Thanksgiving. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right. Donald Trump has won the 2024 election and will be your president, the first pro-crypto president. Bitcoin currently trading at around $87,000. This is the ideal moment for effective management of your own investment portfolio. Since 2019, Cryptonomy has experienced exponential and substantial growth, with revenue closing near 2.4 billion euros and insurance coverage of up to 6.1 billion on all company assets. Now listen, guys, the big move here for me in my fixed staking pool, I'm going to go all in on a little bit more XRP. I've got 5,900 XRP right now. I'm going to go into the 9-month for 71% return. We're going to continue. We stayed close to 6,000 XRP just now with a 71.8% return over 9 months. This launch pool is blowing up. As you can see right here, OpenServe just went 7x. Getting a significant yield off of that. We got 1.9 on Satoshi Dex. We had a 2.58 on Tap Protocol, 2.1 on Talent, 3.1 on Cross. All right, guys, we're going 10 Ethereum into a bronze tier contract, end date November 12, 2025. I expect to make a return of at least a decent amount, 50% profit sharing. When we got that last one, it was 7x. So I'm going to assume here that this is going to be a real good play. If you haven't already, don't forget myself, Dean DCA, Lift Capital, Aaron Burke, we're all doing articles for this organization. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about cryptocurrency, then this is the place to go. You want to go to Cryptonomy.finance/research. Also, if you haven't already, sign up for their Telegram. The links are in the descriptions down below. And in the next 2 weeks, there's going to be a couple of big updates brought to you by all of us regarding Cryptonomy.finance. Start investing now.